What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Alex's Toy Show.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Alex's Toy Show. It's Back to the Future Day. That's right. We got the Huey Lewis best of Huey Lewis. Huey Lewis sang a couple of songs for the Back to the Future series, and he was actually one of the judges in the musician tryouts, like when Marty in episode 1, in the first movie, when Marty tries out with his band and the guy stands up and he's like, "You're just too darn loud," on the big megaphone. That's Huey Lewis! So on this day of historic history, do you know about this stuff, Feisty Pants? Have you seen the Back to the Future movies?
Well, kinda.
Yeah, you saw parts of them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what you may not know is in Back to the Future Part 2, when Marty and the Doc travel to the future, and they get, they see all the flying cars and the hoverboards and everything going on, and, the Cubs win the World Series and blah, 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 all that stuff in the future. They actually travel to the future on this day, October 21st, 2015. This is today. Back to the Future Part 2. So now, come tomorrow on Thursday, Back to the Future will all have happened in the past. Now, when Marty first arrives in Town Square there, and he's looking around and he's like, "Man, I can't believe the future," what jumps out at him? There's a giant 3D Jaws popping out of a billboard on the corner of whatever street that is. So one of the things that Back to the Future Part 2 got right was 3D movies. Everything is in 3D these days. A lot happens right there in town, He goes into the shop looking for his son, who, is like a dead lookalike. And there's these two kids, who is actually Elijah Woods. If you guys know the actor Elijah Woods, I think you've heard of him. They're playing this shooter game off to the side of the counter, and they're like, "Oh, I don't get it how to play." And Marty walks up and he's like, "Oh, pew 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 pew," and he shoots him. And so what they're predicting there is, the kids run off and they're like, "Oh, anything you have to play with your hands is stupid. Wireless video games, right?" While Marty is standing in the street looking around town, there's an older guy who comes up. He's from the historical committee, and he wants Marty to sign a petition to save the clock tower. But does he pull out a pen and paper? Nope. He pulls out a tablet for Marty to sign. Right? Everybody's got a tablet, an iPad.
Even better!
Even Feisty Pants has an iPad. Another thing Marty sees as he's looking around is on the billboard is that the Cubs win the World Series in 2015. Now, it's just a marvel of technology. I mean, anybody could be in the playoffs and win the World Series come 2015 when you're judging from like a while back. Like technology, you can kind of predict how far stuff is going to come based on what you have now and how fast you can develop something better. But to just say that the Cubs are going to win the World Series in 2015, that's just guessing. Back in the day, baseball was talking about, building teams in Florida, and they just predicted that's who's going to be in the playoffs, or the World Series. Playoffs!
Why would you say playoffs?
Because it's a funny sounding word. Playoffs? Playoffs! What else? Wireless video games, 3D movies, handheld tablets, computers. Daddy took a whole bunch of notes because I can't remember everything. Video conferencing. Later in the movie, they make it to Marty's house, where they live in the future, and all sorts of things happen. There's, Marty Jr. there. He's watching like 8 channels at once. That's picture-in-picture. We have that. Video conferencing. Marty talks to Needles, who they work together at the company they work for, I forget. And Needles is like, "Oh, it's going to be great. We're going to make tons of money." And then the boss catches him, and he fires both of them through video conference. Now, the technology they based it on was fax machines, which nobody, everybody faxes something back and forth, but it's not the dominant form of communication. What else? When Jennifer tries to leave and there's no handle, there's no doorknob on the door, and she uses the palm print, or I think it's a fingerprint. Is it a fingerprint on the door?
I guess.
Sure. We have that. on your iPhone. If you guys have an iPhone 6, one of the recent updates was, you know, your thumbprint on the release button. The wall-mounted TV screen. Of course, I mean, back in the day, we had tubes. You know, a tube television. Nobody had flat-screen TVs back in 1989. If you did, you're friggin' rich. When they're having dinner, everybody's got a personal device on them. Whether, you know, I mean, they didn't call it an iPhone or a tablet or anything, and the eyeglasses, but there's the Google Glass, it's called. You know, it's a pair of glasses, and they have the thing right here. Everybody's got the personal electronics. Everybody's got a phone or a tablet they're playing with. And dehydrated food. We have plenty of that. Everybody nukes something in the microwave. I mean, you can't just wish for a whole pizza, but I mean, you can. I mean, Tombstone, right?
Yeah.
They make DiGiorno's and Tombstone and stuff like that. You just throw it in the microwave and warm it up. Flying cars. Well,
Flying cars?
Yeah, everybody's car is like a hover car in the future. Well, we don't have them in mass production, but there's this company out there called Terrafugia. I don't know how to say it. T-E-R, 2 R's, T-E-R-R-A-F-U-G-I-A. Look them up. Terrafugia flying car gets FAA approval. This is an actual thing. Personal drones. When they go into the neighborhood before they get to their house in the future, there's like this little flying thing walking a dog. It's a drone. We have that. They deliver mail for Amazon. And the one thing that they did for Back to the Future, everybody was drinking a Pepsi Perfect. You can order them online for $20.15. 2015. But happy Back to the Future Day. Like this video, leave us a comment, and subscribe for more.
Do not hit that button.
Don't hit the button. From one time traveler to another. Peace.